professional organizer, Helen Preston tells her clients there's no need to live with clutter, chaos, and disorganization. Yet she was creating a sort of chaos on her own skin, an exacerbation of adult acne called acne excoriae.
Acne excoriae is very common, and people who have acne will frequently come in and say, well, I have this pigmented mark, it's a darker brown spot, or it's these don't seem to heal.
Picking and squeezing blemishes causes it. The picking can also leave scars.
With my patients, I actually ask them, how much do you pick, a little or a lot? Because almost everybody picks some, even though we ask them not to touch their face. But true acne excoriae can be somebody who has a little bit of impulse control problem, and it can be a full-blown obsessive compulsive disorder.
It's kind of that addiction of knowing you shouldn't and yet you do.
Appearance therapist Allison O'Neill teaches patients like Helen how to stop picking.
Is there a certain time of day that occurs for you? Do you notice more than others?
Probably more towards the end of the day.
We have a lot of ways that we can help people get through that kind of behavior, but I see the acne not being as bad as that actual picking that leads to a more obvious condition.
She advises clients to journal about their feelings to discover why they pick.
It comes from a deeper place of self-picking, of picking at yourself, literally and emotionally, of I had a bad day, so let's focus that frustration on the surface of my skin.
Teaching patients how to care for their skin is another component of the intervention.
I show them what healthy skin looks like, because I think what's really important in the success of this is not to focus on the illness, but to focus on what it looks like when it's well.
While the skin heals, the flaws are concealed with camouflage makeup.
With someone who has this condition, out of sight is out of mind, and so they pick less.
Allison uses the same approach, coping with emotions and caring for the skin for other conditions such as birthmarks, like this port wine stain, or vitiligo, which is loss of pigment in the skin.
So appearance therapy is really critical.
I call her my skin therapist, which is really what she is. She not only does therapy to my skin, but she helps me as kind of being my therapist, my emotional therapist.
Helen Preston is still in the early stages in her recovery from acne excoriae. She can't imagine what it will be like to live with clear skin.
When a couple days go by, no blemishes, and then a week, 2 weeks, then it'll start to be like, wow, this is kind of cool.
Ta-da, camouflage.
For WebMD, I'm Rhonda Rowland.